Welcome back, everyone. Today's video is going to be getting these floats back into the lake, as you will see. But I just wanted to go over a couple of things first before we get to that. First thing is, if you remember back, I don't know how many months ago it was, 2, 3 months ago, I made a building a Harbor Freight greenhouse video for Wendy, and um, I talked about how I bought a kit of um a tool for sealing up the panels and some spacers and some other things that Harbor Freight, fails to actually give you and makes the job come out better. And I mentioned the person where I bought it from, who also has a video. He's got his own channel here, which I've got a picture of, and he saw the video. I didn't know. I didn't tell him I was going to do this. I didn't ask for any. I didn't ask for it for free or anything like that. I didn't even tell him I was going to make a video. He saw the video. He put up. He commented on the video, and with that, he was nice enough to give any of my viewers 10% off. So we've got. I'll put that in the description, but it's on his. It's on his comment here as well, but I'll put it in the description. So I thought that was nice, and it was very useful. It was very useful items, and for the price. So I wanted to give him his due back for doing that for the viewers, which I think was very nice of him. The last thing I want to go over here is 3 videos back, a viewer made a very rude, I'd say almost cruel comment, and I was fortunate to have a few viewers that had my back and kind of told them off as well as I did. And I won't mention any names. Well, I want to mention thank you, Brian. He was one who did, and Kevin, and I believe there were a few others. But I just kind of wanted to go over the reason why we started this channel in the first place. This picture here was taken by Chris from Let's Dig 18 when he came here in April of 2019 to give me some advice on the best way to do go about fixing what we needed to fix here. And David had started back in 2015 when we built the shop here. He started recording and he was saving. He had his drone up and he was recording all this for history. And that is part of the reason why uh, we decided to make this channel and to do this channel. And it became even more important to me afterwards, after what happened to David, that I wanted to do this to continue the history and to document everything that was done, but also as a memorial to David, so people would remember him, to see him, and would get to know, hopefully what kind of person he was. Um, because I know one of the reasons why I watch YouTube channels, why I like to watch Chris, and I like to watch multiple other people, and you get like a little bond with them. You feel you know them, you watch them, you get to see their lives, and it I don't know, it's something. And I think of quite a few people probably watch this channel for the same thing. They get to know you and they take an interest in it. Well, this is very difficult for me to do this. After David passed, it was very difficult for me to continue to do this, and every day is still difficult. There isn't one day that goes by that is not very difficult, and uh, I take a lot of time to do these videos. I try to make them well. I try to edit them as best I can, and to get a lot of content that is worthy of you all watching. And I really appreciate it. I appreciate the comments. I appreciate the, just anytime somebody says something, or I see that people are watching it, it just makes me think, well, okay, more people will be remembering, David more so than me. I don't really care about about. I'm not trying to get accolades. I just like to have, like I said, have the history. Um, and that David's contribution is not going to be in vain. So again, that is the reason why I put up pictures at the end and I talk about him, and I do. The person that said it doesn't like the fact of how I keep bringing it up or whatever. Well, I'm going to keep bringing it up forever, and it helps me to get through the day, and it helps me to know that you all like to watch it. So enough of that. Sorry to rant on that, but let's get to the removing the floats. And what I'm going to do here in the beginning is I'm going to show some clips of David, and I taking out the float initially. And I will have the link if you want to go back. You can watch the actual the original video. But I found went to the archives, found the footage from it, and I'm gonna try to put up mostly of the shots of with David in it, if possible. So again, I appreciate everyone for watching, and enjoy the rest of this video. And we got the hawk and the cardinal talking to me. There he is. Just wanted to give you a quick update on the lean-to. I didn't make a video of it because basically the construction was the same, other than I did this myself. But there was no way I was going to look at it with the jog. If you remember, when I ended, it ended right there, and I made the jog because of the camper being there. So the option was to move the camper and continue it out, but like I said, my friend James, it's his camper, and when he comes down, he had let David borrow it. There's the cardinal. That was David's bedroom there. He let David borrow that when we moved down here while we were building the house. So I really didn't want to move it, and but it's a good when he comes down to visit. He stays for a few weeks at a time, and it's all hooked up. It's got sewer, water, electricity. So I thought that was a good option. I was able to find green coil as well, so I didn't have to do that out of white and paint it. I got a gutter. I put a gutter on it as well, so this way the water won't pour off, because it's got a lot of water. It's got all the water from that roof too that's going to come down. So I got a 6-inch gutter on there, and that way James won't get his head wet when he comes out. And let me just run down quick to the end. And I also wrapped this end post like I said I was going to do. Like I said, I had to order this green coil. Nobody had it. Nobody ever anywhere. But yep, so that's all wrapped, and it's got screws in it, not nails. So this way, when it's getting heated up in the sun, if you use nails, the wood will push out the nails. So with screws, I had a whole bunch of white screws left over from a big window job I did years ago. I put in like 600 windows in this high-rise building, and was there for about 8 months. And I had a whole bunch of screws left over from that, so I just put them in some styrofoam, spray painted them green, and it was good to go. And I've even got the downspout running into the ditch. So hopefully James will be coming down here soon. And now I'm going to go get the float ready. Now let me show you quickly what I did for the anchor, so I won't have to do it after. I just took 80-pound bag concrete mix in a drywall bucket. I've got a large U bolt in there, and so I've got this shackle. I've got a swivel to a chain, and then this end also has a swivel, and this end will go onto the float itself. So this way it won't get bound up, because as it spins around, it would end up shortening the length of the chain, and when the water level came up and down, it would either drag the anchor or it would try to flip the float over. So so there you have it. I'm gonna get working on that now. The nesting season for the geese, so I want to get that out for them, get that out for today. So I'm gonna get to it. Welcome back, everyone. Today's adventure is going to be putting these floats in the water. I'll put a link in the description and try to get it right on the page here as well, but I'll put it in the description. To the video back just about 2 years ago now, David and I pulled these floats out from over there. So it's a pretty good video. And right? The next project for today is getting rid of these 2 dock floats that fell down during Florence. So hopefully we can get those out of there without wrecking them. That's what we're going to do. Okay. We'll see how close to the middle that is. Now what we may have to do, may have to have you come down here, and when I put the bucket down, may actually be able to not even use that chain.
Use one of those small ones and hook it up.
Or just put a shackle on it. Or probably the short one, because you don't want it to slide on the chain. You don't want it to roll on the shackle. So, all right. How's that? Is that a good? All right. Let's go take a peek and see what it looks like.
You use the short one? All right, I'll pull. Well, just leave it like that. All right, you got to get off though.
Yeah.
So come on over here. Can you get on that? Well, actually, come on up. This way you can watch from up here. I'm holding it. Keep to where you could watch it. Lifting blind here. Is that on? Can you see it? A little bit. Yep, there's definitely another one over there too. Yep.
Okay, we are back to present day.
And these were supposed to go in. I wanted to get them back floating, and I was going to keep them together. They've moved around a little bit, as you'll see if you watch some of my previous videos as well. But what I think I'm going to do, because it's just about geese nesting time. You can see them all out there. They're not too happy that I came down here, but they're going to be nesting. And as you know, what I call Nest Island out there, which is right there, they'll commandeer that. And if you remember in that last video of after we had the flood, that was completely underwater. So it's a good thing that they were not nesting at the time, because those eggs would have been gone. So what I think I'm going to do is, instead of putting these both in together, I'm going to separate them. They're just held so they can pivot here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate them, and I'm going to float them separately. Right now I'm just going to do one, because I've got to make a nesting box to go on top of it as well, and put some straw in it so they can nest in there. But I think I'm going to do two separate ones rather than just one big one. And this way I'll anchor it right in the middle, so it won't pivot around so far. I mean, I could have anchored it in the middle, but the way they are, very territorial, two families would not nest that close together. So I'd be better off to make them separate. So I'll probably, well, that one is easier to take. What I'm going to do is bring the excavator down here, and I'll pick it up and or drag it. But if I split it, you'll see in the video, if you watch when we took it out, you'll see I bent them, because that's where I picked them up. Picked them up from the center. Wasn't really at the time intending to do really anything with them. Just wanted them to get them out of the creek. But so then I'm going to put the boat in the water. I got a little clip of bringing it down here. I'll put that in. It's no big deal. Just I brought it down here with the tractor, and I've got an electric motor and a battery, so I'll bring that all down as well. And I'm going to get it in over there with the excavator, and then I'm going to tow it way down to go in front of where I cleared that view down at the Gray House. So okay, that's what I'm going to get to. So that's today's adventure. All right, just gathering up what I need. I brought down, which you'll see afterwards, I brought a 4x4 2x8 box that I'm going to put hay in so they can nest in it. But got the anchor and all that stuff ready to go. I got a boat motor, I got the battery, I got an impact and a drill. Got the boat motor, got an oar just in case, and I've got I got to go get one more chain out of the big trailer. But if need be, I bought these lags, these eye lags, so I can screw them in, and so I can lift. I want to lift up the float level so I can drop it in the water instead of having to drag it. And assortment of tools, and hopefully I don't need an impact wrench. I might throw that in there as well, a big one. I got a 3/4 inch impact, so I might bring that down there in case I can't get those nuts off to unjoin them, to separate them. Unjoin them, yeah, that's a good word. So anyway, I'm sure I'll forget 4 more things in between, but I'm going to bring this down there, get that set up, and then I got to track the excavator down there and get that down there so we can get it in, because they are ready to nest. Just want to get a shot of bringing the boat down, so I'm just going to leave it here until I get the thing in the water. Saves quite a bit of dragging it. I'll bring the motor down. I'll bring the motor down after, and the battery. All right, I got everything down here. I got the anchor so I can get it in the middle. I got the box. I opened up the hay, and I just have to take these bolts out. I'm pretty sure they'll come out. I didn't try them yet, but got enough hay for 2. If I get that one out, I don't know, I'll wait to see, make sure they like this one, but they probably will. As you can see, they're all down there. Maybe they're waiting. And they didn't even squawk at me, so maybe they know what I'm doing. Doubt it, but hopefully they like it. So, all right, I'm gonna go and get the boat ready and then go get the excavator down here. And first I'm gonna check these bolts though and make sure I can take them out. I didn't bring the impact down, so if I gotta make one more trip up there, that's all right. Well, this side at least turned out to be no problem. So at the last turn, pretty hot though. It was definitely a little peened over at the end, but I just got to get another free hand to bang that off, but that one works, so hopefully the other side does. All right, well, it did turn out. I needed the earthquake, unfortunately, but I got it. So I got shackles. Of course, I don't have enough of the right size. here's a look from inside the cab. I didn't put the inside camera in, but I got my rope here coming through the door so I can stop it from swinging. And once I get it into the water, then I can make sure it doesn't float down the river before I get to it. Here we go. Here's a look from inside the cab. I didn't put the inside camera in, but I got my rope here coming through the door so I can stop it from swinging. And once I get it into the water, then I can make sure it doesn't float down the river before I get to it. Here we go. Need a third person here. I moved the camera, I figured I'd get a shot of it from over this way, so just right there. Here's the boat all set up. I got my rope, I got my screw gun. That's gonna be for my GoPro mount. Motor's in, checked it, everything's good. So I got this other camera and I'm just gonna track it on over. All right, well, let's give this a try. Got too much crap in here. Gotta get out in deeper water. The wind isn't helping any, blowing me in. That thing certainly has no aerodynamics, or hydrodynamics, I guess I should say. I'm hard over all the way and we're still not turning. Hope the battery lasts till I get to the end. Somebody was here to turn the camera around, because it would be good to be down this end. The geese over there are like, what the heck is he doing? Like watching the paint dry. I would
What
say
you're going to see here is actually quite comical,
so
though it wasn't that funny when I was doing it. But this is at 10 times speed, so you can get an idea of how long this took. But the wind was just blowing in. It was like coming out of the northwest, and just blowing me into that corner. And you'll see the boat is hard over. I'm all the way to the left, trying to pull it, and the float is just going where it wants to go. Now that float is concrete with styrofoam inside it, so it's pretty heavy, as you can tell by the way it went in. And there's no hydrodynamics to it. I mean, it's just flat front, and the wind. It was funny, and I saw that one high spot that it's eventually going to get grounded on, and like I said, I think I said in the video, I don't know if I edited it in or not, but it's like when you ride a motorcycle. Anybody that rides a motorcycle knows you go where you look. So I looked at it, and that isn't what made it go there, but I knew that's where it was going to end up, and I tried everything. Probably about 4 minutes before it got stuck, I was trying to get it not to go there, and that's where it went. So this cracks me up to watch it. And sorry for this being blurry. That one weed that's in front of the camera is what the camera focused in on, and unfortunately that was the only footage I had, so I had to leave it in, but at least it gives you the idea. So sorry about that.
All right, well, this was the next day, and I wanted to get the float. I was gonna get in the water, get a couple of 2x4s, pry it off. As you can see it down there, you can see how far it came. But we haven't had any rain, and I'm not going to complain about that. all the rain, everything that washed in, just to see. I mean, it's going to be less I'll have to fill in here, but you can see how much sediment has come from the creek. And I mean, look at how much is right there that washed in. I'm going to have to try to clear that out after. But if you look at the water, it's going out. And this is one of the things I like about leaving this dam open, is I do not need to pump anything because it runs out. So you can see it's running out. So the water level is just dropping, dropping, dropping. So from yesterday to today, that float is completely beached in that one spot. So I think that might be there for a while. So I'm going to have to get the boat out of there. I had left the motor in it until today because I thought I was going to do it, but I realized that's not going to happen. So I think that part 2 of this video isn't going to happen for a while, because this is usually down here when it starts to dry out. So I have a feeling that's going to be there for a while. So this could be the, if it doesn't change, we're supposed to get some rain, but if it doesn't change in a few days, you'll see this video, and this will kind of be the ending to the video. If for some reason we start to get some water coming this way, then I can get it in place. But they can use it where it is right now. It's got the box on top of it, and I'll go down on the finger and I'll take a shot of it over there. So I guess that'll be the end. So let me go down there now. All right, I'm down by the finger, which is soon gonna be cut off, so to speak. You can see how much it's washed. I mean, it's amazing with that amount of that storm that we had. I mean, this whole year has just been rain. So as you can see, not much grows on it. A few weeds here and there. I mean, this has been here for over a year and a half, and there's no point to it. I'll take Chris's suggestion that don't have anything that's out as an island or a peninsula sticking out in a lake or a pond. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to need this material anyway, I'm sure. So right now, that's where the float is. It was going to go right there, so that from the view that way to the gray house, which I don't know if we can see it. We got all these weeds right there. So that's where it was going to be anchored. Well, right now you can see it's beached pretty good right there. There's a high spot right there, and that's where it stopped. So I've got a rope on it so that when the water level comes up, it won't be back where it came from. But I don't know when that's going to change, so I'll probably have to pull the boat out. I just flipped it over and got it out, but you can tell this is actually pretty good. Maybe I'll go down there and show you where the water level will be when I finally get the dam closed up and the overflow actually overflows. There'll be 2 of them in. So, whoa, that was good. Almost went for escape. So the water level is going to be up to there. So you're looking at probably another 7 feet from where I am. So I'm just gonna, in another video, I don't know when I'll do it, but I'm gonna just move all this back, get it up there so I can use it, because this thing is of no use. I thought it would be a cool thing, but clearly that was added to the list of what I was wrong about. So again, that's where the float will end up being. Probably 2 of them. Like I said, I'll get 2 of them out there. But right now they can use it. Got the box with the hay. This is fairly good. I mean, most coyotes don't want to go in water, so it's closer than I'd like it to be, but they probably wouldn't want to go out there. So they should be safe. Definitely safer than they'd be over there, where a lot of them go. So hopefully they'll use it, and I'll get an update when I finally move it. But I have a feeling this is going to be the end of this video. So I'll say thanks for watching, and if I happen to be able to move it, then I'll edit that part out. Thanks for watching. And just a little side note, I think I could make millions of dollars if I lease this out to movie companies, because I've said this for, not on camera, but I've said it for years to other people, that what's happened over here, like if you made like miniature, in movies, that's like the in Utah where you've got the Monument Valley and everything, and even if you took Goose Mountain over there, you could really make some like miniatures here. That's what they do anyway when you look at movie magic, but there's kind of a lot of neat stuff over here that I think people could use, even though to me I got to get rid of all this, but that would be something good that could come out of that, but that's never going to happen. But that's just me talking. So thanks for watching.